So how do we productize it into a real manifestation towards the consumer's market, online and offline? Right? So the entire executions of the marketing compound is going to be highly focusing on online, offline, and digital components. So yeah, because for me, it's all different channels. They will be able to carry a tremendous amount of the creativity. So we don't want to kind of suppress that, hey, social media has to be done this way. So I don't want to talk about social media. I want to talk about social currency, right? I want to talk about how do you translate or convert your content onto the social platform to be a currency to leverage against whatever you wanted to do. So this is our idea. So I try to preserve as much possible from the intentions of creating, and then preserve the intentions into something that you really want the people to see or experience.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
You've never seen me before, so I'm going to introduce myself. I think I probably didn't attend the meeting last time, so I'm Young. So you win, right? So
Yeah.
great. Okay. So I heard that you wanted to continue the discussion from last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hear what you have and see how we go with that.
Yeah. Okay. So I've been looking at the PDF that you guys sent,
Okay.
which is the one, the Intangible Creators Festival PDF, and I just tried to understand what's the whole thing about the whole idea of intangible, and it's just very how to say that there's no because there's no like one image to represent the whole thing. So I'm thinking of going for like a collage approach for the poster, because we have 8 different IPs under this, and I think it would be interesting for each IP to have like maybe either a color or something that represents it. So the main poster will look like a collage artwork.
I think the ideations is nice. So basically, I am the creator of the intangible. So that's why that's the reason why I'm here today to talk about the origins of the whole creations. Have they sent you the one with the portrait of my father in the pictures?
I've seen the JPEG before, but I haven't seen more.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you about the whole ideations behind the backstory. So the dude in that picture is actually my dad. So the intentions of doing this is pretty straightforward. And my father passed away a few years ago, and then so I had a very long journey with my father, in the sense that he was a very ordinary dude, right? Very passionate in a very quiet way, suppressed by the society in a way that he had to take accountability, responsibility over the family and stuff like that. So it's just like any other people that you feel like that's too many things that you have to do, right? But then you've forgotten about yourself. And in a way, I feel like that's how it was. They just kind of buried it. Then they do not know how to go forward with their passions. But I feel like if you want to be able to selflessly take care of a lot of people, you have to be selfishly just take care of yourself. So my dad diagnosed cancer since I was 20. Then I spent about 10 years. I brought him into my whole entrepreneurship journey to do things together. Then he was a builder. So he was a house builder. So we do a lot, and he loved design, and he was almost illiterate, so he can't read much, he can't write stuff and stuff. But he is, for me, he's very intellectual. Like he's very intelligent. So we talk about a lot of the angles, a lot of the perspective of looking at stuff, and then I realized that that's a lot roadblocks for people like him. They feel like, against the monolithical setup, they cannot do a lot of things. They cannot fulfill their passions in a way. So after the whole after he passed away, so I had this idea, and I feel like I was tremendously inspired by my father through the journey, the way how I wanted to bring things back to normal people. I don't want to do things for cool people. I hate cool people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's too much for them, right? Of course, they are cool for a reason, which is good for them. But I want to channel the whole. That's the reason why I mentioned it as a festival for all creators, because all people are creators, and I want to bring out the creations out of their own normal living. So what I wanted to do is to really focusing on mere mortals, normal people, ordinary life, ordinary living, and then bring the content out of them, or probably bring the content to them in a way that so that they can collaborate. So when you mentioned about the whole collage of 8 IPs, right? That's a, I think because the whole thing is that we are not, the whole The Intangibles is going to be a social marketing engine. So via the IP compound, so that we can resonate the creations within certain landing impact. So we are going to create a lot more different IPs. But I like the idea of the utilizing the color as an essence that to be quintessential back to The Intangibles. And I like that idea. So I feel like that sounds more of like a representations of emotional intelligence. So if we can do each of the colors represent one of the emotional intelligence, then we think about the ingredients of the entire creativity. Yeah, but I do have one idea, because I look at your portfolios, right? You are very good at portrait and all that as well. And I have this very simple request. I really want to collaborate your idea that you mentioned just now, but I have this idea to stick with my father as the whole anchor of the design, and then collage with your ideations of the whole 8 colors as an essence that quintessential back to the whole design, right? And I would love it. I would love it. I would love the idea to go with the whole emotional intelligence as an ingredients to the main recipe. Then basically this is what we wanted to do. So from now onwards, but this is the ideation. So it means that this is us being delusional. So when you go into the actual the Intangibles as a social marketing engines, so from the plugging device, right, this is what we do. So we create IP with or without sponsors, right? With or without sponsors.
IP with or without?
With or without sponsors. So we are not going to wait for clients to sponsor certain IP, then we create on their behalf. So it means that we literally out of the authenticity or sincerity of the content output, then we create a compound to start collaborate. So for the current existing 7-8 IPs that you are seeing, actually none of them are being sponsored. So we do that out of like, okay, we want to set the tone. So this is like the pilot program. So I want to set the tone. This is a pilot program. And then one of them has been already taken by one of the clients. And what we want to do is that, okay, so how do we productize it into a real manifestation towards the consumer's market, online and offline? Right? So the entire executions of the marketing compound is going to be highly focusing on online, offline, and digital components. So because for me, it's all different channels. They will be able to carry a tremendous amount of the creativity. So we don't want to kind of suppress that, hey, social media has to be done this way. So I don't want to talk about social media. I want to talk about social currency. Right? I want to talk about how do you translate or convert your content onto the social platform to be a currency to leverage against whatever you wanted to do. So this is our idea. So I try to preserve as much possible from the intentions of creating, and then preserve the intentions into something that you really want the people to see or experience, but not so much as it has to be this way as long as it's a corporate product or corporate engagement or client engagement. So that's why we realized that we spend a lot of time to talk to a lot of creators, clients, sponsors, right, and resources partners. And it's very interesting because most of them, they would be like, we have never done anything like that before, because as long as that we see you as a client, you just tell us what to do. But we were like, no, we are collaborating. I want you in there. I want people see you as you and want you to be a story. Yeah, so this is the whole idea. We are collaborating for this current phase of collaborations. We are engaging, but we are not exploiting artists or creators in the sense, hey. But the problem is that after that, right? The continuations of the whole intention is that, okay, we are going to bring you, we're going to interview to talk about a story, the backstory of your intentions, you yourself as a creator and an artist, and then you probably inspire quite a few tokens of the different ideas for the campaigns. Then we hope it could either bring more inquiries to you, or probably out of the whole process of the journey that we feel like, hey, we should do the next thing together. What about, create some projects, right? So we hope that we can create the kind of the ecosystem, that kind of the ideas. Yeah, but my intention is very simple. I want to inspire normal people. I want to inspire new mortals, people who are not doing creativity work or job as a living, but they will still be able to have a channel to manifest their intentions. So that's the idea. I want to bastardize it. This is my major intentions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious. Currently, what is the process? Like, which stage are we at right now?
Okay, this is a very good question. So we are now shaping the marketing engine in a sense that we are testing the online strategies. So at this moment of time, as we are speaking, they are doing a hiring campaign. So it means that we are recruiting resources on behalf of the Intangibles to build a team. So what they want to do is that we have not built our existence before. So this is as we are speaking, we have been spending months to just prep for the idea and solidify the whole structures. So the first thing that we wanted to do is to exist, right? So to see who would like this and who would be interested, right? So the best way to go about it is to recruit resources to see who would be those kind of the people who are interested to work in this kind of the company, like this kind of the ideations. Of course, collaborating with your guys, hiring resources will be one part of the process, right? So then through this phase, we are entering into phase 2. So we are trying to, okay, so now we are going to go out and start broadcasting about our hiring posts and see who would be interested to come into our companies, to shape like a tone for the whole things to be happening. And this is the current phase of the hiring resources to try to tackle our demographic and psychographic. And concurrently, the next one is the offsite, like the offsite campaign. So we are going to do the first thing for. So we have this idea because we created these marketing vehicles called Newlywed Hustle. So we want to utilize the Newlywed Hustle as a plugging device to emphasize, okay, they have their financial products, but we want to tackle only one demographic, which is people who are ready to settle down, or just newly wedded, or probably just a young family. Okay, so we want to bring out the ideations of, hey, they do have the financial services or consultation for these kind of the people, right? To pre-plan or to consolidate or to resolve current financial conundrums. Okay, so how do we go about it? So that's why we set the IP, the Newlywed Hustle. So the offline campaign, it's about, we are going to do integrations with the whole AI resources, which is our in-house thingy. We're going to show you probably next or week after. So this is our plan to get in touch with all of our collaborating partners. So through that AI mechanisms, they will be able to experience 3 different types of the categorical experiences. So the first one is that, say for example, if you are single now, I'm single, we are all single, then you will be like, but I do want to settle down. I do have the idea to settle down. So the AI photo booth will be able to see yourself in a wedding gown or probably a wedding suit, that kind of the things. So it gives you a plastering idea of, oh shit. So it set the mood for you. So those are for single people. But the idea is very simple because we're trying to even tackle single people without hard selling them anything. But we just want them to experience something. Then they will be like, hey, why are you guys doing this? Oh, no, this is for you to do. Then when we send them the photos, then we also send them the brochures of the company. They'll be like, this is actually sponsored by them. Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, they subtly understand the intentions of why they are doing so. Of course, then the other one is a newly married couple, or probably they can see themselves as couple photos. Then the third one is a young family for kids to envision their future dreams in the family and stuff like that. So we'll be able to show you more vividly next week or week after, so it's easier that way. But the whole mechanism is that through that vessel, when we are further communicating to extend the relationship of the database, we send them the collateral also with the financial products that we on behalf of our financial sponsors, that we can carry away the whole product. You get the ideas, right? So this is this is how do we set the or create the IP compound as a marketing vehicles to plug into on offline and the digital compound to convey through. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. So that would be the current phase of the happening.
Okay. Yeah. So mainly I'm hired to create a poster, but actually I feel like it sounds more larger than a poster itself, because it's the whole thing, and it will run like way longer, further than I can imagine right now.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, like, does that mean the poster also sets the tone, almost like a branding or visual branding for the whole campaign?
You know that basically this is the
I can't say it's a campaign now. What is the
for the brand? For the brand, your poster is going to be the one that set the tone for the brand, for the entire brand. So basically it's quite important, and then so for you to understand that, but also we want to respect your artwork, so we are willing to do that. You get what I mean? So you don't have to feel so stressed in the sense that, oh, like this is going to last forever, indefinitely. No, of course. Of course, I feel like we will grow and the brand will grow, but what we, at least for now, that need doing is to find compatibility in conversions, right? So if we can find the right people or people who are interested to give it a try. So for me, the outcome, it's okay, because it's very subjective, right? For me, it's more important to work with people who enjoy working with us for the current process of, So, and they did mention, I missed the last time meeting, but they did mention that you were very interested, right? But you were being caught up by the current schedules and all that. So, so for me, what I'm trying to do is that take your time. You're not rushing for anything at all. To be very honest, I'm not in rush for anything at all. To take your time, I'm only focusing on people, focusing on relationships. As long as you feel that you need more information or need more efforts into consolidating the whole thing into an outcome, take your time. And on the meanwhile, what we will do is that we will hook you into all our current happenings and coming up campaigns and all that things, to let you have like a clearer and visualizations of what we are trying to do. Because this is pretty strange, to be honest, for a lot of people. We have to spend quite a bit time to explain it, right? Then so
it's a very new concept, I think, that you're working on. Even the first time she was trying so hard to let me understand what is like the whole marketing thing, and I was like, oh shit, there's so much to do with marketing, Even for me, I thought I was working in the field, but clearly not deep enough.
Does it help today? Do you think the conversation today, does it help with your comprehensions of the entire thing?
Okay, it's very cool to meet like the idea person, and know more about your father. I actually initially, my direct idea is that I want to create a portrait of him, because he's the start of it. So like
go with it. That's a good idea.
I actually have some like visual samples reference that I collected like since the last call until now, and maybe you can have a look and see what you can feel.
Yes. Okay. So what's going to happen today is that Melvin is going to help creating a group chat right after this online meeting. So that group chat, right? So I'll be in that group chat as well. So you can cross-reference anything that you wanted to share, to just put it into the group chat. Anything at all. So anything that you need discussions, that you have queries or whatever it is, or you need to brainstorm, spitballing about stuff, and you just post it in there. And to be very honest, I feel like your ideations, your initial ideations, is very aligned with what I wanted to. You already had the idea to still remain my father as a portrait, the start of the poster, and give the extra ideas of the whole coloring thingy. So I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's such a, because I'm working with something so abstract that I've never worked with before.
So that's why I have to kind of make clear with the intentions of the creations. It's of course it's very personal, but when we are solidifying into the whole marketing thingy, it has to be very practical as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it has a lot of the sentimental, but in conversion, what we are trying to do is to productize these sentimental into a marketing devices. Yeah, so we are trying to contribute that sense of to very small changes, minor changes.
Can I ask, when you say productization, like what exactly is that? Is it like actual product, merchandise?
About the same idea. So when you productize something, so means that people see as a unique selling point they can purchase, or somehow a trigger point to purchase. So of course, the simplest sense of the productization is that, oh, you see a real tangible product, so that's a product, of course. But a good story could be a good product. Right, a good buying perspective could be a good product. A good storytelling could be a good product. So that's what I'm trying to. So I don't want to just purely tell the good story for no reasons and we are just cool about it. No, I really want to connect to inoculate to the whole commercial impact. So that's clients see a reason why. Right, and the storyteller as a modern influencers, they see a way to corroborate their social value adding into the whole corporate impact as well. So I feel like the whole thing now is very limited in the sense that, okay, so people feel like, okay, that's how Instagram works. Okay, that's how influencers works. That's how designer works. I feel like it's just lack of the bridging, just lack of the whole vocab for each other to understand that actually that's what I meant, and that's how I empathize your professional expertise in order to convert my comprehension into an like for the consumer's perceptions to receive. So I feel like we want to be able to do that. We want to really humble the whole things down. So that's the reason why I say I don't want to work. It's not I don't want to. I'm pretty reluctant to work with cool people because they are too firm and they are too good, right? And I feel like that's respect. That's good. But most people are not. And most people are not. Most people are simply struggling with simple things, right? I want to play violin, but I cannot play violin for a living. But what should I do with my violin passions? Then we go something. So that's one of the side project we are going to go on. It's the whole flash mob thingy. We want to really organize ordinary people to be an orchestra band and just really pump into outside park and just play a song, then just go. And for them, it's very fulfilling because fuck, I never thought I could do that. Right. So this is part of the thing. So we constantly have a lot of ideas to go on, but it takes a lot of the efforts to connect with the people to do it. It's a very, very long effort. So it's much longer than how we thought it should be. So I am very grateful that you understand it, and I'm glad that you liked it and you are willing to give it a try. So I feel like your ideas is great. So I will respectfully go with it, but do share with whatever cross references that you wanted to show. I feel like we just want to bring out the message that people are very complex, but we only have one life, right? So
also the visual at the same time is familiar to them. So if you show a normal person, they're like, wow, what is this? They will feel intimidated because it's so artsy, right?
Yeah.
But imagine if all these are like pieces from like Chinese newspaper or illustration or old photos or children photos, like our black and white photos when we were small, those kind of things put together is familiar to the general public. So that's my direction.
I think it's good. Like after seeing this sampling, you are good to go, man. Like this, I have no problem, no questions at all. Because I think to verify that, it would be a lot better if I'm here today, right? I couldn't make it last time, so I'm very pumped. To be honest, I can't wait. But take your time, don't rush. Okay, so treat it as your own personal portfolio and do whatever you feel like you will probably receive as your own personal profile, and then just go with it. We can wait. We have all the time. We will make it happen.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Because initially I was like, okay, this second meeting I'm gonna show what I plan to do. If it doesn't align, then I guess it cannot happen.
No, yeah, align straight away. Yeah, I have no problem at all. Yeah, no problem at all. So yeah, so I think that's about our discussion